So here we find Shaunaka and other great sages who have assembled in Naimisharanya. They're all asking Suta Goswami to describe about the glories and activities, pastimes of Lord Kapila. And they're asking to Suta Goswami something which is very, very important. They are saying, Anukirtaye, please describe as you have heard from your spiritual master. Yad yad viddhate Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whatever activities He performs, whatever pastime the Supreme Lord performs, they are not ordinary. Yad yad viddhate Bhagavan, Swachand Atma. There are His Swachand Atma, He is completely independent. His pastimes, His leelas, activities are not dependent on something. Out of His own free will, the Supreme Lord performs His pastime. He is not forced by external energy. We perform activities in this material world by our past karma and by the different kinds of influence of material energy. If we are in Rajoguna, influenced by Rajoguna, we perform activities according to that. If we are influenced by Tamoguna, by ignorance, then we perform activities according to that. But the Supreme Lord, He is not forced to perform any activities. Swachandatma. Swachand means out of its complete independence, the Supreme Lord performs the different activities in this material world. Another very interesting meaning which Prabhupada describes about what is the meaning of Swachand Atma. When the Supreme Lord performs the different activities, He does not have any anxiety. All His different activities are conducted in Ananda. And that is actually the nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His nature is Anandamayo Bhyasa, completely filled with Ananda. Any activity He performs. It could be even, just like Prabhupada says, when the Supreme Lord is killing the demons in Vrindavan, when the Supreme Lord descended and He killed so many demons. But that is also performed in Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. That is also Ananda Chinmaya Rasa. The Supreme Lord has no anxiety. Whereas, when we take up any activity to get Ananda, to get pleasure, we have to take so many anxieties. Isn't it? Imagine, even if you have to construct some building, you have to construct a house, you have to construct, just like we are constructing a temple. But even to construct something, we have to take so many anxieties. Generally, that is how we find that in the Western philosophy, their conception about God, they think because the Lord has to take so much anxiety, He has to maintain the whole creation, so He must be filled with anxiety. That is what they think. So you find sometimes there is a picture which is represented that there is a person, he is holding the whole universe on his head, and he seems to be growing very old and he is very tired. So that is the kind of picture generally which is represented about God, who is maintaining the whole universe. But actually that is not true. That is what Bhagavatam is explaining about the nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In Krishna pastimes, there is one very interesting incident where Muchukunda, when he sees the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Lord as in his original form Krishna, when he entered that cave where Muchukunda was sleeping for a very long time, and he had a special power that anyone who disturbs his sleep, he could burn him down to ashes. And Krishna arranged like that there was a demon, Kalyavan. So he was chasing behind Krishna, and Krishna brought him to this cave and suddenly disappeared. So when the Lord disappeared and it was dark in the cave, he was not able to understand. So there was a person sleeping. So Kalyavan was able to see that one person is sleeping there, and he thought Krishna is trying to avoid fighting with me, and he is gone and he has slept now. So with full anger he went and he kicked on that person who was sleeping, thinking him to be Krishna. So that person, he got up, and immediately when he saw the person who disturbed him in his sleep, that person, Kalyavan, was burned to ashes. Later Krishna appeared before Muchukunda, and Muchukunda, when he saw the beauty of the Lord, he was completely surprised. He said, "My dear Lord, your lotus feet, you have come all the way without wearing even any footwears. With your lotus feet you have walked in this forest. There are pebbles, there are thorns. I would like to ask you, what is your identity? Who are you? But I can understand that with such lotus feet you have come walking in this forest. It must be the Supreme Personality of Godhead, no one else." And then he said, "My dear Lord, this cave was completely dark before you came. But the moment you have appeared here now, everything has become lighted up. Everything is bright. So you must be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. My dear Lord, kindly reveal your identity to me." So then the Supreme Lord, Krishna, he started speaking to Muchukunda, and he said, "My dear Muchukunda, you are asking me to describe about myself, but let me tell you, one of my plenary expansion, Shesha, Ananta Shesha, with his millions of hoods, with his millions of mouth, he has been trying to describe my glories. Until today he has never finished." And then he said, even if the greatest of the scientists in this material world, even if he were able to count, if he was able to count all the atoms in the universe, suppose this universe can be broken down into different atoms, and suppose we count all the atoms which are present in this universe, even then he cannot understand my glories. And even if there is a great saintly person, great sages are there, even with the speed of mind, if he tries to understand me, and if he tries to write down all the different incarnations I have taken, still he will not be able to finish. So what can I tell you about my glories? Isn't it? Actually, that is how we can understand. Swachandatma, the Supreme Lord, by his own free will, the Supreme Lord takes millions and millions and millions of form. Bhagavatam describes, it's not that the Supreme Lord has only Dashavataras. Sometimes generally that is what we think, countable incarnations. The incarnations of the Lord are uncountable. We cannot even understand. It is just like you cannot count the number of waves in the ocean. You can keep sitting and counting. You will not be able to count. Similarly, we cannot count the glories of the Supreme Lord. So that is why he is described here as Swachandatma. Out of his own free will, the Supreme Lord comes. He has no anxiety. And whatever different forms the Supreme Lord is taking, it is all out of Ananda. Whatever activities he performs, it is just to get Ananda and just to give Ananda to his devotees. So Prabhupada, he gives one incident and explains through it that actually, even logically we can understand. Logically. One foreigner, he came to India, he came to West Bengal, and he was going to the different temples. So after going to various temples, he went to Shiva temple, he went to Devi temple, everywhere he went. And then he went to Radha Krishna temple, and then finally he was interviewed. What did you see spiritually in Bengal? He said, yes, I went to all different temples. I went to Devi temple, she was holding a Trishul. I went to Lord Shiva's temple, he was also holding some weapon. So different temples I went. But when I came to the temple of Radha Krishna, I could understand this must be God. Then the interviewer asked him, how did you say that? How did you come to this conclusion? He said, because all other gods, they had so much anxiety. So much of work they have to do. Somebody is in anxiety to kill demons, somebody is in anxiety. But when I came to temple of Radha Krishna, I could understand he has no anxiety. He is simply enjoying. Simply playing on his flute, and he is busy only in enjoying. He must be God. So actually that is what we can understand. Whatever the Lord performs, it is all by his Atma Mayaya, Swachanda Atma Atma Mayaya. He performs out of his completely free will, and it is through his internal energy, nothing to do with anything material. That is very important. And another very important thing which we can understand, all of us are trying that yes, we should preach the messages of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sometimes we find many preachers, many devotees are very fired up in preaching, and sometimes they quarrel with authorities. You are not giving me opportunity to preach. Isn't it? Sometimes we find this. Actually, sometimes we become little, impatient, and our understanding is actually neophyte understanding. One of the very important thing we can see here, if somebody wants to become a good preacher, he should follow in the footsteps of all these great sages like Shaunaka Adi Rishis. They first of all just want to hear and hear. Without hearing properly, no one can become a good preacher. This should be understood very clearly. First we have to learn to hear. Before becoming a good disciple, no one can become a spiritual master. Before hearing properly, no one can chant properly. So, this is one of the very, very important things. No doubt, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this order, Yare dekho tare kaho, Krishna Upadesh. But you don't read Krishna Upadesh and you want to preach Krishna Upadesh, how will you preach? isn't it? First of all, we have to read, we have to understand, and we have to apply in our life. And when we are able to apply in our life, wherever we go, wherever we preach, whomever we meet, we will be able to influence them in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness should not be understood simply giving lectures is Krishna consciousness. There are many people, sometimes they don't want to do any other service, they just want to give lectures. That is not a preacher's understanding. Preacher understanding is not that, he doesn't want to do any kind of services. No, this is also one of the services. But first of all, we have to understand, before Kirtan, it is Shravanam. Isn't it? If you see, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is explaining one of the symptoms of Mahatma, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. So somebody may think, oh, Krishna is saying always chant my glories, and you are not allowing me to chant. I want to go and preach. No, Bhagavatam says Shravanam Kirtanam. First Shravanam. Satatam Kirtayanto will come later. First of all, Shravanam. We have to hear properly. Isn't it? So, that is very, very important. And what kind of hearing and chanting? That is also very important. So, Prabhupada, in today's purport, he is pointing this out. The word Anukirtaya is very significant. If you want to preach, if you want to chant the glories of the Lord, don't concoct. Don't, with our fertile brain, we should not concoct the glories of the Lord. That is exactly what the Lord said even to Muchukunda. He said, you are trying to ask me my glories, who am I, my identity. But yes, because you are very eager to hear. First the Lord said, even Ananta Deva, even he has not finished my glories. So what should I tell you? But because you are very eager to hear and you are my devotee, I will tell you. Who am I? You see. So then it is possible. We have to understand Anukirtaye as it is heard in the Guru Parampara. Like that we have to chant. Anukirtaye. Kirtana means to chant the glories of the Lord. So if you have to chant the glories of the Lord, you must have heard Anukirtaye. As you have heard, you can see Kirtana is associated with hearing. Isn't it? What is Shaunaka Adi Rishi? What are they saying? They are saying to Suta Goswami, describe, chant the glories of the Lord as you have heard from your spiritual master Shukadeva Goswami. You see? So how important it is, isn't it? So Anukirtaye, we have to hear the glories of the Lord in Parampara system. If we hear, then actually there is no difficulty at all to become a preacher. You don't require some big brain. You don't require to become Sanskrit Pandit. Just a sincere desire to hear and glorify the Lord. That's all you require. And then, that is what Prabhupada wanted. Actually, the pure devotee of the Lord, he is also called as Chintamani. He is like a touchstone. Wherever he goes, because he is carrying the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his heart 24 hours a day, anyone he comes in touch with, lava matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy. Even love matra. So we don't have to give hours and hours of lectures. Actually, if we are potent, then lava matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoy. Anyone who comes in touch with us, if we are purified, if we are potent, we will be able to transform their life in Krishna consciousness. And that is what we can see here. Prabhupada is saying, the word Anukirtaye is very significant. Anukirtaya means to follow the descriptions, not to create a concocted mental description, but to follow. Shaunak Rishi requested Suta Goswami to describe what he had actually heard from his spiritual master Shukadeva Goswami about the transcendental pastimes of the Lord manifested by his internal energy. Those pastimes are not ordinary, manifested by his internal energy. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of God, has no material body, but he can assume any kind of body. Swachanda Atma, that is the meaning. Any kind of body. He may assume the body of a pig. Yes, the Supreme Lord assumed Shukara Rupa. He assumed the form of Narsimha. He assumed many different forms. Tortoise, fish, isn't it? So that is the meaning of Swachanda Atma. He is completely free to do anything. By his supreme will, that is made possible by his internal energy. So we will stop with this. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki